Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, let's get into the meat and potatoes, man. So a lot of stuff, a lot of things have been talked about, what is to happen if Jalen Hurts doesn't pan out. Now, being logical, listen, I understand it's Hurts season. I understand we started a movement here together. It's Hurts season. And we all feel the same way that we feel. But let's be realistic about the possibilities. There is a realistic possibility that he doesn't pan out. Now, in my mind as a fan, I just don't see how. If you're able to coach him and things continue going the way that they're going with the pieces that you're putting around him. I mean, for God's sakes, this guy is a champion at the collegiate level, is a Heisman finalist at the collegiate level. He was a champion in one part and one phase of his, journey, played a big role, and then in another phase of his journey, transferred schools and was a Heisman finalist. The dude just gets stuff done, But with all of the good stuff that he's done at the collegiate level, even impressing the front office enough so they can feel comfortable with getting Carson Wentz out of town and riding with him, there is a possibility that it was the wrong move, and it's a possibility that things can go, out of whack. So I'm gonna give you two disaster recovery plans. If the first one is going to be if Jalen Hurts doesn't pan out. If he doesn't pan out, what do you have? Let's talk about your NFL credit as a franchise. What do you have to work with? Is your credit score good going into the draft next year? Absolutely. You could possibly have 3 first-round picks or 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick. You did what you had to do in last year's draft. You accumulated capital, and now you're sitting pretty. So your credit is amazing. You're using this year to get out of any financial dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? With the Carson Wentz cap hit that you're taking, you dealing with that this year. So your credit next year is going to be outstanding if you don't, try to go for a bonehead move and have a cap space debacle again. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be outstanding. So you got the first round picks. You could possibly have 3 first round picks or 2 first round picks and 2 second round picks. You know what I mean? So you're good. Your first 4 picks are going to be franchise guys. You know what I'm saying? Your first 4 picks are projected to be day 1 starters next year if you maintain the picks that you have. You know what I'm saying? So if things go bad and you have those picks, you know what you can do. The first guy that's, that they're talking about going off for the board, is QB Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a perfect red shirt freshman year. I'm reading this off Pro Football Focus by any means, but he showed more than enough in his first year as a starter to be considered a franchise-type quarterback. He oozes arm talent and playmaking ability after earning a 92.5 passing grade in 2020. He's projected to be the number 1 guy is going to be like that forever. Now, the number 2 guy on this list is Derek Stingley Jr., and this automatically goes for if Jalen Hurts does well. If Jalen Hurts does well, it's guys you could pick up like Derek Stingley Jr. For sure. What if neither of your defensive ends perform, but Jalen Hurts does well? What if you don't get a lot out of Sweat, you don't get a lot out of Barnett, nobody showed you that they could be a franchise guy or worth a deal? You got the picks, the number 3 guy coming off of the board according to this very, very early projected draft board is Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon. Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon, an edge rusher, is the 3rd best person in this draft. You know what I mean? Going by this list already. Then you got a safety at 4. You know what I'm saying? You got a defensive interior guy at 5. You got an offensive tackle at 6. Another quarterback at 7. You got a wide receiver at 8. At 9, you got another cornerback and Kyer Elam from Florida. At 10, you got another edge guy. What I'm telling you is this. It is in our best interest to hope and pray that Jalen Hurts succeeds, because we will have our pick of the litter. You almost got every position except linebacker, I think, that's projected to go in the top 10. Almost every position. We sitting good if this dude performs, and we sitting good if he don't perform. If he does mediocre but shows tremendous upside, you still don't get a quarterback, in my opinion. You continue to build around him, because in a lot of ways, this is going to be a rookie year for him. You know what I mean? This is going to be his first time starting day 1. This is going to be his first time opening the season as a quarterback. It's going to be a lot of firsts that's tied to this. So, of course, the emotions and wanting to succeed, I think is, it's going to take him a quarter or two to settle in. But then you're going to be off to the races, and there's going to be muscle memory after that. In fact, I don't even think it's going to take him a quarter to settle in. He's been in this situation already. Going from Alabama, going to Oklahoma, having to play there for the first time, being named the guy after being benched. He's good. He's good with the mindset. But that's the disaster recovery plan if he doesn't pan out. Look at the talent that's left with those picks. You got 2 quarterbacks in the top 10. You're going to be able to get one with the capital you got. So, you know what I mean? I feel really, really good about that situation, man. Let's move on, though, man. Zach Ertz, man. Howard Eskin. So, first of all, reports are coming out that Zach Ertz is going to be at camp. Those are some of the reports. I thought, we talked about that earlier, that it was a possibility, but it's looking like a strong possibility with camp being a week away. Now, Howard Eskins has reported that, Zach Ertz also has been working at the facility by himself for the past 2 weeks, and Zach Ertz has seemingly put this situation behind him, and he very well could be an Eagle by the time week 1 rolls around. What do you think about that? What do you think about Zach Ertz actually playing for us this season? The possibility is there. Nobody wowed us with a trade package. You know what I'm saying? There's been tweets coming out about how, how good Zach Ertz route running was when he did play last year. But we just didn't have an accurate enough quarterback to get him the ball in the tight windows that he needs because he don't get a lot of separation. I'm all for Zach Ertz returning. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Zach Ertz gives our developing quarterback a sure target. A target we all know can catch. A target who's led this team in receiving yards about 5 times now. A target with 100 receptions. A target who's on his way to having a Pro Bowl caliber resume if he could put together, 2 strong seasons again. Yeah. Zach Ertz, one of them ones. So I'm all for bringing him back. I think it provides a security blanket for, Jalen Hurts. And we all know what Zach Ertz brings to the table. A little more about the Zach Ertz thing. I really feel like Zach Ertz probably should have got paid. A lot of people don't think so because of age and all of these other weird things. When Travis Kelce is like a year younger or a year older or something like that than Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, what he did for this city, you know what I'm saying? He should have got paid. Played with broke ribs. Sometimes you got to reward a dude. You just got to do it. You know what I mean? Other franchises have done it. When a guy takes team-friendly deal after team-friendly deal, get you to go-ahead touchdown in the Super Bowl, Zach Ertz should be the one on the side of the link, for real, for real. It shouldn't be the trophy. If you don't want to put a face on it, it should be Zach Ertz. Let's keep it a bean. It should be Zach Ertz. Who's done more for Zach Ertz during this whole, during this time of like the Chip Kelly and Andy? Who's done more as a player than Zach Ertz on the offensive side of the ball the last 10 years for the Philadelphia Eagles? Calling a spade, man. That's my thoughts on it, man. I'd rather see Zach Ertz finish his contract out here, and then, hey, man, we could say, listen, we're going to let you hit free agency. We're going to let you test your worth. You know what I mean? We're going to pay you that respect at least if we're not going to re-sign you. Don't trade him for close to nothing. You know what I mean? It don't make sense, but hey, it is what it is, man. Like I said, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. That was the disaster recovery plan in case he fails. And you also got a great plan for when he succeeds. You know what I mean?